Have you ever seen a Coke truck driving and delivering soda to a restaurant? Chances are that soda company is delivering to many more restaurants as well. Did you know there's a name for this? It's called agglomeration. Agglomeration is grouping the same types of industry in one place, allowing them to share the same resources. Some synonyms of agglomeration are group and cluster, and some antonyms are single, individual, and deglomeration.
To further break this up, grouping the same types of industry in one place means that businesses will be grouped around the same area because of similar products being made or sold. Allowing them to share the same resources means that industries of similar purposes are able to share things like workers, materials, and location.
Now we are going to move on to some examples of agglomeration.
Agglomeration can be large scale, such as the whole city being known for producing certain things, or small scale, like a street having similar companies on it.
As long as the companies share resources and are clustered together, it's an example of agglomeration. Our first example of agglomeration occurs on Sunset Avenue. On Sunset, there are a lot of food businesses that sell food and drinks. Since they all sell drinks, they need to get them delivered from somewhere. This is how businesses share resources. When a soda truck comes to deliver soda, they are going to stop at different businesses, not just one. Overall, Sunset Avenue is an example of agglomeration because the businesses are all clustered together and they share resources like soft drinks.
Another example of agglomeration is when lawyers and similar professions group in global cities to work for different corporations by giving advice. This is an example of agglomeration because the lawyers and other professions share the corporations they give advice to.
Go.
Another example of agglomeration is the computer companies that cluster in Silicon Valley, California, and Austin, Texas. They cluster here because they all share the same resources of educated and highly trained workers. Like this trained worker.
This is an example of agglomeration because the highly educated workers may work for multiple companies in Texas or California. This is how the companies share their resources. In this case, the highly educated workers are the resources being shared.
Our last and final example of agglomeration is the United Auto Workers Union. This is a bunch of different auto company workers all clustered around one union that helps them and gives them benefits. And this is an example of an auto worker.
This is a map found on page 223 of the Barron's AP Human Geography textbook. This map shows the different big examples of agglomeration. In Silicon Valley, there is a cluster of computer and software companies. In Hollywood, there is a cluster of TV and film companies. In Houston, Texas, there's a cluster of energy companies. In Nashville, there's a cluster of music. In Orlando, there's a cluster of tourist facilities. In New York, a cluster of finance. And in Hartford, a cluster of insurance. To review, agglomeration is the grouping of the same types of industry in one place. allowing them to share resources.
Like restaurants getting soda shipments, lawyers giving advice to companies, computer companies using educated workers, and lastly, the United Auto Workers Union.
Thanks for watching! Okay.